What's up? Apa khabar? It's like all of us like tengah blur, tak tahu guna. The last time you saw us was before Chinese New Year. Sekarang sudah cap gome. So time flies. I tengah share on my page how to save money. So for those of you who are just joining us first time, apa khabar? How are you? If you don't know what we're doing here, we try to give you tips when it comes to financials. It's not 100% advice. This the do's and don'ts, and the only thing to do is not that. It's just advice yang kita ada. If you've got a question, ask away. Rafiq and I will try our best. Rafiq being the professional, I be the professional whisperer.
How
are you lah? Apa khabar first? Catch up.
I'm okay. Busy as usual.
Busy is good. Busy shows progress. Busy shows movement, because movement is the key to being alive. If you stop, then that's the time when problem happens. Okay, so today we're supposed to focus on one of the main focus we want to try and focus, because if you I'm looking down because I tengah share on my page, so jangan marah, okay semua orang. If you've been following us, you've always noticed that we always say, before you want to try and grow anything, make sure you have savings. That's always our line. Tetapi we have given sparse ideas of savings here, there, everywhere, and dan lain-lain. But today we thought we'll focus totally, if we can, on savings. Of course, we've got a few questions we're supposed to ask in the from the past show. Tak jawab, that one we will get to eventually. But first, savings. When it comes to savings, what do you mean first? What's the basic idea? What do you mean by savings for people tak faham?
Okay, basically the concept of saving ataupun dalam bahasa Melayu dia menyimpan ataupun menabung lah. I think that's what, especially in Malaysia, we understand that a bit more compared to the savings lah. Even though savings is technically not a technical word.
Correct. Okay.
So savings ataupun menyimpan ni is like putting your money aside for rainy days basically.
Okay.
Untuk masa kita susah ataupun masa kecemasan, and the buzzword that people use right now is emergency fund.
Emergency fund, correct. Because everybody is in emergency.
Everybody dalam kecemasan sekarang.
Dalam kecemasan.
Okay. So savings in general means money that you put aside, and is generally put dalam instrumen yang tak ada risiko. No risk. So you cannot lose your money.
Okay, faham.
You cannot lose your money, but then your money doesn't grow as much.
Correct. Because lesser risk, lesser returns, but more risk, more chance of losing everything you got. Betul. Okay.
So that is saving lah. Paling senang I nak explain lah.
Correct. So we've already said, we've established, I mean, like the ultimate savings is 6 months tak ada gaji, still boleh selamat. So if your gaji is 2,000, you have 6 months, 12,000. See, suddenly my math tak jadi. So you got 12,000 inside a place where you can access. Not I've got $12,000 worth of an apartment yang I tak boleh jual straight away. So that is not savings, right?
Nope.
Correct. So savings are normally accessible if in case of an emergency.
Yeah.
All right.
So liquid. The technical tu is liquid.
Correct.
Kalau bahasa orang biasa, cair, senang nak bawa keluar lah.
Senang nak bawa keluar. It's not something that will grow, or something has potential, or something like, oh, Bitcoin should naik, but then suddenly dia turun, and then you confuse, you nangis. It's very confusing. So let's talk about savings itself. Savings doesn't mean like what Rafiq just said. Savings doesn't mean you simpan tempat tu bawah katil, where RM1 is RM1 aja. Still there are instruments, there are places where you can put your saving and it still can grow 10%, 20%. But most people only know your basics. For me, savings account ada, next thing you know, FD. That is the basic for saving when it comes to financial literacy for Malaysians. Not most Malaysians, but a majority of Malaysians.
Okay.
Where else can you go when it comes to savings? And it falls under the criteria of you don't lose your capital.
Okay, so obviously you've highlighted already with regards to the two basic ones, which is savings and also your fixed deposit.
Right.
That most people do. So obviously the savings account is your normal savings account lah. You put money in, you take out very minimal return lah. So generally below 1% or below 0.5% or less on an annual basis. So fixed deposit is directly linked to the interest rate or the overnight purchase rate that Bank Negara sets.
Right.
And right now you're looking at historically low fixed deposit rates in Malaysia. So ada below 2%.
Okay. Okay. So any potent places like slightly tinggi?
Okay, slightly tinggi, you have a few options actually. So but obviously it depends on who you are also.
Whether you can access these places. Okay. That's the safest word to say.
So whether you have access lah, whether you're eligible.
Okay, that's a better word. Yeah.
Okay. So first that most people know is tabung haji. So but it's only eligible for Muslims.
Yep.
Okay. So on average return, I think past years and moving forward, we are targeting about 3%.
Okay.
3% per annum.
Per annum ke
per annum.
Okay.
Per annum. There's no losses in terms of me, but there's an additional benefit for people who do save money in tabung haji. Is that for Muslims, they don't have to pay zakat on the money that they save in tabung haji because tabung haji pays the zakat on their behalf.
Oh, okay. I never knew that. Okay.
Yeah, so that's an additional benefit for people who do decide to use tabung haji as their main mode of saving their emergency funding.
Okay. But on that note, I just wanted to know, is tabung haji liquid? In other words, whatever money I put in, I can straight away take out like that?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. I never knew that. Yeah. I thought it was like FD. You got to tunggu certain amount and then only. Oh, okay.
No, there's no maturity. So it is like a savings account. It used to be that you have to go to the counter to take it out or post office. But now, actually, you can link your tabung haji account to most major banks.
Oh, okay.
So then you can actually do transaction from your online banking platform.
So you can actually put it in also from your online banking platform.
Correct. Yeah. So example, like I have a Maybank account.
Yeah.
And I link it with my tabung haji account.
Right.
So
right.
So I can then transfer excess money that I want to for my emergency money to put into tabung haji, or take it out if I need it. So without having to go to the bank, it's just that there's a limitation. I think it's 10,000 maximum per day. And every time you do the transaction in and out, have to pay RM2. But at least if you go to the counter also, the minyak, the toll, the parking and the time is more than that.
Correct. And the worst one nowadays is not easy. The line is not inside the bank where got aircon. The line is outside when tak ada aircon. So lagi teruk. Okay. So that's one option, tabung haji.
Okay. So the second option that most people are aware of is the Amanah saham under Pemodalan Nasional Berhad.
Correct.
So, but this is the fixed price one, not the unit trust.
Okay.
Not the moving.
So not the one with variables in it. It's just
not variable. So it's your ASB, Amanah saham Bumiputera 1, 2. Amanah saham Didik, Amanah saham Wawasan, Amanah saham Satu Malaysia.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, the first one, the Amanah saham Bumiputera, that's only for Bumiputera. But Didik is open to everybody, right?
Didik open to everybody. All the rest are open to everybody.
So I just want to make it clear, because most of the time for people who are not knowledgeable about this, as long as you say Amanah Saham, you instantly think you're not qualified already. You instantly think, oh, that's only for Bumiputera. No. There is Amanah Saham for non-Bumis as well, if you are willing to go explore all these things. Just to inform people.
Yeah. So, but one thing to take note is there are quotas.
Okay.
Because there is a fund size.
Yes.
So Amanah Saham Bumiputera doesn't have a fund size. It has an individual account size. However, all the other funds has a fixed fund size.
So when you say fund size is the maximum amount in that fund?
The maximum amount in that fund. So once the maximum amount is reached, then no one can put money in.
Inside.
So you just have to wait for people to take out money, then you can put your money in.
Would you know the status, or is there a place where we can go online to find whether got place ke tak ada place ke?
One way, okay. So traditionally what people used to do was dia pakat dengan bank club.
You tell me when got opening, then like that lah.
Yeah. Some even actually leave their money with the bank club, and for the bank club to.
Wow. Okay, that's some trust. Very good trust there, bagus.
But that's traditional lah. Now with the advent of online banking, so you can actually try it online. So you can try 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. If maksudnya there is quota lah.
Okay, but how many of these funds are available? You just said Didik, then after that you say One Malaysia, then some more Wawasan.
So those are the fixed price ones that can be used as a saving mechanism lah.
Correct. And you do not lose capital no matter what, right?
Nope.
So it's covered somehow by somebody lah, if in case anything. Because is this? Is this like a big bank account?
Okay, technically it falls under an investment account. It still falls under investment account. Okay. So it's just that the value of your investment or the value of the money that you put in cannot go down below the capital that you injected.
It's stated there lah.
It's stated there. So because that's why it's a fixed price. But there's nothing to stop. If let's say the fund collapses, the whole fund collapses. So there is no backstop.
Okay.
Except for government guarantee lah.
Okay. Yes lah.
Except for government guarantee lah. So because it's not like your savings account, which has PIDM. Permanent Insurance Deposit Malaysia, that covers up to 250,000 per account.
Yes, correct.
Tabung Haji ASB doesn't fall under those categories.
So if anything happens, which is very slim possibility, we cannot say no way this one cannot happen, because then if it happen, we all yang kena sue. We all yang kena.
Probability low lah. Low, but I'm not gonna put it out there that cannot happen lah.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, but it needs to, a lot of things need to happen before that happens.
Okay. Understand. Okay. So there are safeguards in place, but it's not 100% guaranteed. Okay. No, for semua orang. Okay. So we've covered that. We've covered the FD, savings, Tabung Haji. What else do we have? Do we have more options?
Yes, we do.
Oh, really? Yes. How can we all don't know about this? This is so unfair. Because if you ask anybody, like I said at the start, you ask any Malaysians, we just know FD, this one, setengah orang naik pangkat sikit, Tabung Haji, got ASB dia. But that's about it. We don't know any more options, which is weird. Never mind. Okay. That's why we teach it.
So the other, there's a few more. So the next one, I think more and more people are getting to know it. So this is what is related to unit trust, but it's what we call money market. Money market fund.
Don't know.
Okay. So money market fund is actually a unit trust fund. Okay?
Right.
It's a unit trust fund that is basically invest in highly liquid instruments. So basically cash equivalent instruments like treasury, bonds, and all that.
Right.
Okay? So, and it gives return similar to fixed deposit,
which is not that high.
But it has the advantage that it is more liquid. So like fixed deposit, you have a period.
Yeah, you cannot break that period.
Yeah. So money market, no. It doesn't have that lock-in period.
But who offers money market?
So generally investment banks and unit trust companies.
I never knew this. See, something new. We learn every week. Oh, okay.
The main reason why a lot of people do not know this is one is in order for people to sell this product, right?
Yep.
So you will have to go either to unit trust agents or investment bankers.
Right.
Okay? However, like if they were to do it for retail people like us lah, right? Commission tak ada.
Oh, ada fahan. There's no incentive for them to help you out. Okay, faham.
Correct. So incentive kalau ada pun very minimal.
Right.
So it only makes sense for them to offer this to corporations.
Right. Okay.
So because these people might be talking about 50 million, 100 million, then correct. Even if let's say they get 0.01% of 50 million, it's still a sizable amount.
Yeah, understand. But
it's like 12,000 just now, right? 12,000, 0.01% of 12,000, like aku pergi jumpa dia beli Starbucks lagi mahal.
Betul. Oh, okay. So now I understand. So it's available, but you have to ask for it lah. Okay. So
you have to ask for it.
So money, what was it called again? Money
market fund.
Okay, so everybody remember that. Tulis. Take out your notebook. Tulis money market fund. Another option. Okay, because people don't know. Okay, before we continue, we are talking about different ways, different places where you can do your savings. If you got any questions about your finances or about financial questions, we won't give you 100% answer. What we can provide is tips and maybe through experience from Rafiq about how you can how to solve your financial problems. Okay, if you want in detail answers of how to fix your financial problems or help you out, you see on top there Wealth Vantage. You see on that side, you see all the at wealthvantage.my. Go to them and find out. If you want to get a free consultation, it's over there. So just do that link or scan the thing kat sana. Okay, so done. Yeah. So far we've figured out a few places to save money. We've got money market. Then you say got more.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Later on, dude, because this is things I never knew.
Okay, actually, I mentioned about this. I think I'm not sure whether 2 or 3 sessions ago lah.
Yeah.
But this is actually something that most people don't realize.
Yeah.
It can be done. So, and this next instrument actually just announced its dividend, its returns for the past year. So the returns is about 4%.
Whoa. Okay. What is this?
Okay. So the returns 4%. Average also is about 3.9%, which is actually not bad. It's actually better than FD.
Correct. That's right.
Okay. So with all of this, some of these instruments have certain limitations.
And the risk factor tinggi ke low ke?
Tak ada. Tak sama juga. Everything that I say here is considered low risk.
All right, cool. Go ahead. Explain cepat.
Okay, so this instrument that I'm talking about is actually Sijil Simpanan Pendidikan Nasional or SSPN.
You spoke about this before. Yes.
Yeah, but you have to remember because there are actually 2 products under SSPN. So there's SSPN and SSPNI.
Okay.
So there's the normal one and the plus. The plus one cannot use as emergency savings.
+1 is for your kids' education in the future.
So itu sebab it's also linked to takaful. So takaful and insurance. So there is a protection element to it.
Right. Okay. Understand.
Okay. However, the normal SSPN, you can actually put in money, and you can take out money. So it is liquid.
Right. And it's 3.9 to 4. Like last year was 4.
Yeah. Last year was 4. And the best thing about SSPN, apart from the return, is actually that it gives you tax relief up to 8,000 per parent.
Okay, that one lagi best.
8,000 per parent per year. Per parent per year.
Wow.
Not okay. Yeah.
Okay, but okay, is there because it's for education? Is this tied into your kids as well? In other words, I have to say I'm saving this for my anak punya education, and then you created the savings, or it's just like I letak kat dalam. Can't be, right?
So there are a few options. There are a few options. When you try to open the account, there are a few options. So one is to anak atau anak dalam jagaan. Then second is also for yourself. However, the one that you save for yourself, you don't get the tax relief.
Okay. Understand. Okay.
But the one that you save for your anak gets tax relief.
But there's no minimum age to the anak, right? If the anak baru lahir, like I want to save for the future, boleh kan? Because it's like you're thinking ahead. There's nothing wrong with it. And think about it, the returns is higher than FD. Gila. Okay. That's actually, I remember you mentioning about this. I think I've seen it before. This one for orang Subang will know. I think kat Giant ada kan one counter there upstairs, if I'm not mistaken.
Betul.
Right?
Betul. Dekat Giant USJ ada.
Okay. Because I seen the counter, I'm like, apa ni? And I've never
usually if you go there the last week of December,
right, penuh.
Line panjang.
Orang keluarkan duit ke?
Orang nak masukkan duit for the tax relief.
So in other words, it's you don't have to put it like monthly. You can just put it.
You can put it on the last working day of December, and you will still get tax relief.
You know how many people go ting like kata kotak sekarang? Okay, very good. Take note. Okay, write down in December 25th ke December 24th. Please go put in money. But it's up to 8,000 depending on how much you put in lah. That's the thing lah.
So 8,000 is the tax relief portion. So if you put up to 8,000, so 8,000 you get tax relief. Yeah. If you want to put more, there's no
limitation to it.
There's no limitation to it.
Okay.
As far as I know, because I don't know anyone who goes and put beyond the limit yet lah.
Yes, no one has put billion and
no.
Elon Musk has not showed up yet lah. So Elon Musk show up, then maybe they kata, oi, calm down everybody. Okay, so we've got that, and that's another option. And is that online or is that physical shops?
You can actually do it online. You can register online. You can put in the money online. You can withdraw the money online.
I like that, because online now is the thing to do. Sometimes you want to show up in front and fill up form. It's like terlalu penat.
No need lah. To be honest, since the banks, the investment companies, and all these agencies have introduced all these online portals and everything, it has reduced the time that I go to counters.
Yeah, correct. I mean, like, not that we don't want to borak with the people behind the counter. I'm just saying, sometimes penat. People got things to do. Okay, so those are the options. Is there any more?
Not that I can remember on the top of my head. Those would be the standard ones.
That's a lot already. And okay, because it's tak ada risk to it, it's not a smart thing to put your thing in many places when it comes to something like this, right? Because there's no risk to it. The only thing is how much you're going to get out of the amount you throw in. So spreading it around is not a smart thing, right?
Yeah, if you're talking about the investment risk, it doesn't make sense to create a portfolio for emergency funding lah.
Just in case orang tak faham. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, I put some inside this pendidikan one, I put some inside that one. I mean, like, whichever you have access to, and the one gives you the most amount of returns, that's the best place you put your savings. Tu je. As simple as that.
Yeah, there's actually one more now that I remember.
But, okay.
But this is also no risk. Also no risk. It's also liquid. Right. The only thing is I know for a fact quota dah penuh. Okay, so the quota is penuh. So I can still share it. So you can still do the same thing lah, like what you're doing.
Try your luck lah.
Try your luck lah. Yeah. So this is Amanah Hartanah Bumiputera, AHB.
Okay, but that is only for people who are Bumiputera lah.
Alright, for people Bumiputera. So this one actually has the highest return among all of the ones that I mentioned.
Ooh. Okay, that one can do online also, right?
Yes, can invest online also.
So everybody who is Bumiputera, try your luck, because as you said, it's the highest amount. And what we mean by try your luck, and if you just joining us and you tak faham what you mean by try your luck, certain of these funds have a quota of how much money can be inside there. So kalau dah penuh dah, that a lot of people put money in already, top up, cannot. You got to wait for someone to take out, then only can masuk. Faham? Okay? Not because dia nak kata kau tak kenal orang, you know. Don't think like that, okay? It's not friends punya pasal.
Okay, so basically this one, like I said, is the highest among all the ones that I mentioned just now. So this is the thing. So and one difference between this one and the rest is it gives the return every 6 months.
6 months, okay.
So up around average 3% every 6 months.
Wow, 3% 6 months. Then it's 6% at the end of the year if you put it that way.
Okay, so that's why I say it's the highest. But there's also another portion to this particular account, is that whatever returns that you get, you can it's not compounded. So basically, it's not automatically reinvested.
Okay. Okay, so you have to actively do it after 6 months, or else your money will. Okay, thank you. Now got opening untuk orang lain.
Tak, bukan. The returns dia tak masuk balik.
The returns you keep aside for you to take out and you simpan, but you cannot put it back in the fund. But the fund if the fund penuh,
tak boleh bohong.
Betul lah.
So basically, let's say you have 500,000. Let's say you have 500,000. So 3% is 15,000 every 6 months. So that 15,000 actually goes into your Maybank or I think M-Bank account.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So if you want to reinvest it in balik in AHB, you have to manually do it lah.
Right. And only if there's opening lah.
Only there's opening, or if you haven't reached 500,000 account limit.
Oh, so each person maximum is 500,000. You see, I know a lot of people going like, if only I knew about this earlier. Hey, if you got any questions, financial questions you've got, please go ahead, ask, especially during these times. It's getting interesting because school is going to open up again. That adds a whole new variable to a lot of things. It's not just summer anymore. If you think of the variables is when it comes to your finances, it's going to be makan anak kat luar, so transport. So your how much you've been spending could naik sikit when it comes to school, or it could be put in a different area. So you have to be aware of it. Don't like tiba-tiba terkejut. I don't want people to terkejut lah. That's what it is.
Actually, possibility. What I can see is cost of everyone will go up lah.
Yeah.
Let's put it as simple lah. Because when kids didn't go to school, so everything was at home. So you can also save in terms of instead of I know not everyone does it, but if let's say you're one of the families that do it, so you buy groceries, pasar, everything, then you cook at home. So then you save with regard to that. But now, okay, so now the kids have to go out. So like I said lah, cost of transport, baju sekolah, duit untuk dia makan, atau bekal. Lepas tu kalau hantar transit.
Right.
And the cost actually goes up for the number of kids you have.
Correct. So, be aware of that, because like we said, we're talking about savings today, and our advice is selalunya try to have 6 months in your savings. If you've been slowly putting money aside, be aware that how much you're going to put aside might be lesser. Okay, let's talking about the practice of putting aside. We've covered this berbillion kali already, but I just want to try and say once and for like to make it very clear this time. One main thing we have discussed is how much you get. It plays a big factor on how much we save. We are not gonna tipu kata semua orang boleh save very easy je. It's not the same, especially if you stay dekat bandar or you stay dekat luar bandar. Price is different as well. So there's a lot of factors to it. We cannot say that lah. But that being said, how do I put this? Most of the time people don't save sebab dia orang patah semangat tau. It's like because I only can save $10. In their otak, buat apa? You know what I mean? So what's your tips on? I know this is totally out of finance, but what is your tip to not patah semangat? Because honestly, people patah semangat, you know. Because if I only can save $50 a month, that's a lot already for a lot of people. Okay.
Yep.
But if you put it in the context of the world, $50 is apalah RM50, spend aja lah. So, how do you solve that problem?
Okay, so I guess if you want to talk about motivating people to save lah.
Yep.
So motivating people to save. Different people, we have to take into account that what motivates us is different.
Yep. Okay. Fair enough.
Some people dia kena visual.
Right. So
dia kena nampak apa dia simpan. Dia kena nampak apa dia simpan. So that's why you have people yang cakap okay, I nak simpan duit RM1. Setiap kali ada duit RM1 in my purse or in my wallet, I'm going to put aside. If I nampak kata duit RM5 ataupun duit RM10 atau duit RM20, setiap kali yang nampak I can put aside.
Right.
And then they will start. That is basically the trigger. So trigger. Nampak letak aside. So and then come to maybe one year period. So then they calculate.
Okay.
Okay. So I've managed to put aside a few thousand.
Yeah. I won't laugh at that, you know. Kadang-kadang you put RM1, spare change, even coins, tiba-tiba like, wait a minute.
Yeah, so because like even for me, like you mentioned about spare coins. So spare coins, most of us, especially lelaki, because we cannot put it in our wallet. It's not like per females where you can put everything in the wallet. So you cannot put it in the wallet. So every time when you come back, wherever that you put your car key is where you put your spare change.
Correct.
Okay, so then that bowl or whatever, raga or whatever, basket or whatever lah. So, but what I've noticed is that at least once a year, once you
accumulate
it can actually be one to RM200, you know.
Correct, very heavy RM1 to RM200, but can do RM1 to RM200.
Yeah, so that one is saving secara tak sengaja lah.
Yep.
Saving tak sengaja. So it's not technically not motivation. Another group of people, they would be motivated by goals.
Okay. Okay.
So either they want to buy something, and this is something that since kita kecil kita dah diajar.
Faham. Motivated by goals.
So apa-apa yang kita nak beli, kita simpan duit dulu.
Right.
Okay, so then we figure out how we're gonna earn the money or save the money in order to reach that goal.
Correct.
Okay, so let's say your goal is to buy the let's say the PS5.
Goal yang bagus tu.
So your goal is to buy a PS5. So you say, okay, the cost is 1,000 plus, let's say lah.
Right.
I haven't looked at the price yet.
Yeah.
Because I have a PS4 that like having gathering dust. So
it's furniture now, bukan for game.
Okay. So let's say lah for those yang to buy, okay, 1,008. So then I say, okay, when I want to buy it. So let's say I want to buy it in 12 months time. Right. So then you bahagi 12 lah. Okay, how much I need to put money aside each month in order to reach that goal.
Understand.
Okay. But taking that concept, this is then the concept that financial planners use when we talk to our clients about investing or saving.
Right.
So by identifying all your goals and putting your goals, what you need in order to achieve the goals into actionable items.
Right. Understand.
So dia macam, and when that happens, is the simple analogy is macam you pergi gym, you buy a personal trainer. So you cakap, okay, I want to reduce my weight by 10 kilograms. So personal trainer buat the test and everything semua, and cakap, okay, this is the training program.
Right.
This is the training program. So they setiap kali you masuk gym, they get you to do it, and setiap kali tu they akan evaluate how you're doing.
Correct.
Okay, so same thing when you work with a financial planner. So we will have, okay, these are your goals, this is what you have right now. So how do we work with you in order to help you get to your goals?
Right. Okay. Understand.
Yeah. So then we identify, okay, so in some people, what I've noticed is most people, you don't track your spending.
Yeah.
Most people, you don't track your spending.
I used to, but I don't anymore because it's depressing.
Most people don't track your spending, and because I know this for a fact, because when we ask our clients, what they spend on, obviously they can know. So far, no one has been able to give 100% accurate lah. Even to get to 80% accurate also susah.
Correct.
Okay.
Because when it comes to spending, sometimes there are unseen reoccurring fees that we don't pay attention to, you know. That's the problem. It's like your Netflix and your Spotify, which you attach to on credit card ke apa ke, you don't notice that payment, you know, even though you're making that payment. Some people don't realize that. I'm just saying lah.
So that's one. But one thing that people don't need is actually cash punya spending.
Okay, because
at least credit card or online punya spending,
boleh
you have record.
Yeah, correct. Cash spending you don't have.
Issue cash spending, and if let's say you don't have a clear pattern in terms of how you go to ATM, how much you take every time. So at least kalau you tahu, okay, setiap kali I keluar ATM, like for me, I bawa keluar RM300. So then I know, okay, so how many times I bawa keluar that RM300? So that's the maximum amount of cash I'm spending.
Understand. Okay.
Right. But most people, like they, when I then query how they spend and everything, sometimes you identify, the figures show that you should have a higher positive cash flow.
What is going on?
But then they said, actually, I don't have that money.
Oh, because they don't know where the money went.
They don't know where the money went. And if they can then find where that money went to, then they would be able to save.
Right. Okay. Understand.
So for this group of people, sometimes what I do with this specific group is once we identify, okay, so these are your fixed spending, and we put certain allowance for miscellaneous expenses and everything, and we still identify, okay, there might be, let's say, 5%, 10% still available for need. So what these people need to do is what we call forced saving.
For what?
Forced saving.
Okay, forced saving. Okay, fair enough. Masuk, don't touch.
Yeah, so duit masuk terus keluar. Ataupun tak masuk terus bank account. Dia macam transit je, lepas tu terus pergi tempat lain.
Terus pergi tempat lain, you cannot pegang. Like, hey, where do you go?
Where you go? So, but the thing is, it actually works. It actually works, and these people were then available. Sedar tak sedar, dah boleh save quite a substantial amount.
That actually was my nest egg, how I save my money. That one that lasted me for 3 years. Same way. That one, my forced saving was always 1/3 of my pay. Yeah. As soon as it masuk, I don't want to see. I just put. I don't go away. Simpan that in that place. So because if not, you're tempted. Especially now, lagi senang when Shopee semua is just tick tock. Wait, bahaya.
Yeah. So I actually practice the same thing. So I would make sure that in my savings account, which I use for withdrawals and payment of bills, everything, I would actually just leave the minimum amount of money.
Right.
So if let's say some additional money comes in, because I live on a commission, so my income varies on a monthly basis, but I know how much I need on a monthly basis. So if let's say more money comes in, then automatically I say, okay, I will then put the money aside for investment. So I will only leave the money that I need to spend.
Right.
Yeah. So, and so far I have never had to take out the money from investment.
So this one untuk semua orang who's watching this, remember the amount might be different, but the philosophy and the thinking behind it should be the same. If you are working on a gig economy where you don't know, still have the same philosophy. All right. And it doesn't mean like because of emergency, you cannot take out your savings. We are not saying that. We're not saying mati-mati jangan touch. Okay. We're just saying if you're doing on your gig economy, you did your calculation and you manage to save that much, put it aside. If you got extra, letak lebih, because you never know that the next month mungkin kurang, then you have to take out from the savings to top up to the amount that you've katakanlah you supposed to spend only 500 a month and your pay is 800, okay? And then you keep 300. It's like gila babi, a lot already lah. You keep 300. Then next month tiba-tiba you got 1,000. Doesn't mean you cannot keep 500. Because you don't know next month might be 600 and then alamak, I take out from that savings lah, because it's savings for a rainy day. Doesn't mean you cannot touch. Just to make it clear for orang. Because I don't want people think like, oh, save, don't touch. How lah if I emergency? This is not.
Betul lah. Emergency means so if you have an emergency, take it out. But once you emergency dah lepas, ganti balik.
Betul. That's a lot of people forget.
Ganti balik. Jangan okay, emergency you pakai, then you tak ganti balik once the emergency dah pass.
Correct. But if you are really diligent when it comes to your finances, if your emergency fund, you know you got surplus, that means you put in terlebih in the last month, then you tak so guilty to take out from the surplus. You at least you know, okay, I'm still having my 1/3, I'm still reaching my goals. At the end of the day, I'm still okay. But yang tu you kena rajin tulis, rajin faham, rajin know. That's a lot of people don't do that. Once again, guys, if you're watching this, you got any questions, please ask. Remember, it's any financial questions about anything whatsoever. Funny thing, there's no big financial news happening recently, so nothing like the GameStop that scared everybody. Last week, a lot of people were talking about stocks. A lot of people were talking about investments and one of the thing was what was the thing? He asked how to estimate stock from that benda thingy majigi.
Time value of money.
So we gave you a rough guide about it. do you want to give them a simple pemahaman what time value for money is?
Okay, actually, time value of money is basically the concept that money now has higher value than money in the future. So,
okay.
So RM100 sekarang lagi bernilai daripada RM100 10 tahun daripada sekarang.
Which is based on my experience is betul. Because long time ago, RM50 2 troli.
RM50 satu plastik.
Satu plastik. So, yeah, I understand where you come from. Okay.
Yeah.
Time value of money.
So it's actually the time value of money concept is that money now has more value than money later, and the biggest reason of this is due to inflation.
Correct. Okay,
because of inflation, cost of living goes up every year. Okay,
yes.
Cost of living goes up every year. So that's why we can buy less with the same amount of money.
Yes.
Okay. So when we go to the concept of investing, doesn't matter what kind of investment, tak kisahlah property ke, your ASB ke, your emas ke, your your stocks or whatever kan. So when you invest, you follow time value of money concept, you want to make sure that your investment returns are higher than the inflation.
Yes. Correct.
You must be. Because if let's say your returns are lower than inflation, that means
then it's pointless.
It's pointless.
Yeah, it's like you buying a Continental car first hand. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Beli kereta macam tu, keluar showroom 10,000 gone. Drive down the road another 10,000 gone. I'm just saying. It's the truth because the resale value drops tremendously, and then
it's like your issue with your house, right?
Betul.
Sakit
tu di sini because you expected it.
But for me, at least, it was a second hand. It was
right.
It was a second hand car.
Not as bad.
Still painful, but not as painful lah. Yeah, but that's the concept. So when whatever investment that you're doing, so you must make sure that the annualized return, so the returns that you can get over time, is higher than the inflation.
Fair enough. Okay. Then I'm going to ask you a question. It's not a personal attack to anybody. It's not dissing anybody. Please paham. I'm just trying to understand for myself. I'm asking Rafiq's tip about, his understanding about it. Okay. Like this. A lot of friends are insurance agents. And a lot of insurance agents will tell you, put in money now. 20 years down the line, you can get 1 million. But 20 years down the line, 1 million could not be worth the amount of money you've been putting in to reach that 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So, my question is, when it comes to that, how do I... I'm not saying insurance is not important, but is it a wise decision to put your savings in insurance? Savings and insurance in the same place? Because malas. Most of the time people do it because it's the same reason why you go to an online shop where you got everything. It's not because it's the cheapest, it's the most convenient. So is this convenience a smart thing to do or not?
Okay. I can't say for all insurance or takaful products, but the ones that I've reviewed, clients have put the money in. So I haven't really seen any that has higher annualized returns, even compared to even like things like ETF.
Correct.
Yeah, so
it's better to put money in EPF to save.
Yeah, because the thing is, one thing. Okay, so but it's also dependent on what you understand.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
So because if let's say you do investments to insurance, so
Right.
what I'm saying you as the person that's paying the premium lah.
Correct.
So let's say the premium for the investment to insurance is like 1,000 a month.
Okay.
Yes. So your understanding when you do this is you say, okay, this 1,000 should be invested.
In your mind, you think lah,
In your
but
mind,
it's not.
it's not.
Yeah.
Because there will be a portion that actually goes to the protection side.
Right.
Okay,
And you can decide on that also, right? Or something like that.
to a certain extent, yes.
Okay.
Based on the products and the company that you choose. So they allow for certain allocations and everything. Okay. So then if you were to then do that comparison, if let's say you were to split, so okay, you just say, okay, I'm going to put this amount in insurance, the X amount I'm going to put in investment.
Okay. Which is not in the same insurance company, it's just separate thing. Okay.
Separate.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you do that, so actually most often than not, the returns that you get will be higher.
Right.
So you get the same amount of coverage but higher returns.
Right. Understand.
But higher returns.
Understand.
But I'm not saying this is 100% true.
No, agree. No, because even insurance plans are, you can cater it. You can be paying $1,000, but if you say my protection has to be 800 and my savings be 200, then you have to be aware of that lah.
Yeah.
And you have to be aware of everything. It's the reason why I asked that is because I've heard I've had this discussion with friends, and for me, like, this is my personal take lah. I don't think insurance is the best place to save money, but it's very important to save yourself in case you have an emergency or in case you have an accident or disability, like that. For me, when it comes to insurance, make sure you have that for your family in case anything happened to you. That 100% yes.
Yeah.
But for when it comes to savings, for me, I prefer investment. I prefer all the other options there are for investment because there's higher potential of growth there. So that's just my take on it lah.
Actually, that is the view that I also have. So generally, for my clients, pay as low as possible for the highest amount of insurance
coverage. Yep.
Then whatever amount that is available, go to investment. So when you go into investment, once your emergency funding type, the 6 months is done, so then you start, slowly increase the risk that you take with regards to your investment.
Correct.
Okay? So, and then you're potentially talking about potential returns of 10, 15, 20, even like now people are even saying there are unit trusts, people are saying that can give, there were some that give 100% last year.
You joke? 100%? How? What investments did they do? Top glove. I don't know. What investments did they do that wow, 100%? Okay.
Yeah.
If you say God sure, okay.
So there are funds, but the thing is, one thing about all these investments, don't look at the past returns and say that it's gonna
happen again. Yeah.
Happen again.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing like people who like, I think I've mentioned this before. So when every Tom, Dick, and Harry is talking about the investment, it's actually time for you to actually get out.
Get out. Yes. Yes.
So and you can see. So okay, some people are still saying, okay, it's not happening to gold, but gold has went down in the, I think, past 2 months. The trend is downwards.
Yes.
Okay, in the past 2 months since the start of the year, so gold is trending downwards, and because with vaccine being rolled out all across the world, so then people are moving away from gold in general to to other investment assets.
Correct.
Okay. So and most recent is Bitcoin.
Yes, but Bitcoin so recently kena gegar. It went up, but then
it went up, so then suddenly like went down by 50,000 per Bitcoin.
Yes, and Elon Musk lost how much? 2.2 something. Okay.
He lost 63 billion ringgit worth of net worth in one day.
Correct. In one day, kita cry when 1,000 ringgit. He's 60. Oh, yo. Okay. That one I don't know lah.
Yeah. So that's the thing with investments.
Right.
So when you want to invest, and this is why we always say, so when we say tadi emergency funding, you can put all in one place. But when your overall assets for investment, this one you have to put in many places.
Correct. Because you never know what is it.
So let's say you're one of those that, okay, so you nampak Bitcoin duk naik kan. So you take out money from USB, you take out money from unit trust, you take out money from your stock, take out money from tabung haji and everything.
Beli.
You kubur dalam Bitcoin. So and you kubur at 250. So now it's 200. So they turn 20%.
And then what you have to do, you got to act like, I plan to hold this for as long as I want to. You got to act. Because the truth is you didn't want to. You wanted it to go up some more and then you sell and then you see dapat untung.
Correct. So it's the same thing for all investments. So another thing that people are mentioning right now is private mandate.
What?
Private mandate.
What is a private mandate? That one I have no clue.
Private mandate is actually you're just giving like an agreement that you sign with a fund manager to manage a customized portfolio for you.
Oh, okay. So your own private public mutual lah.
That's what it's supposed to be lah. But generally, what fund managers do, what these fund managers do is they have their own portfolios.
Right. Okay.
They have their own portfolio, so you're actually subscribing into the portfolio. Because it doesn't, to be honest, unless you're talking about a lot of capital, it doesn't make sense to customize portfolio for each individual.
Correct. Okay. Yeah.
So they'll be customizing at portfolio level. If you like their portfolio, you go in.
Okay, and it also helps with the portfolio because more investment in the whatever you're investing in goes up. Yeah. That's not illegal in any way, right? It's legal.
It is legal because in Malaysia, for you to have that private mandate license, you have to. It is regulated.
Right. Okay.
You must have a license from Securities Commission. It's not like anyone can just say, "Hey, I have this private mandate," but when you have, where's your license? Or don't have. That's illegal lah.
Understand. Okay.
Yeah. So even for the private mandate, you can look it up. So for past one of the ikan, I think for past 18 months, 300+%.
Wow. Okay,
but not necessarily like same thing like Bitcoin just now lah. It has given past 18 months 300-something%. So you take out everything and you put into this one thing.
Yes. I mean, like,
because one thing you need to understand, most private mandates usually they also have lock-in period.
Okay.
In order to give you the high return,
you got to lock in your money there for a while.
You need to lock in the money at least for 1 year, at least. So that they can then manage your investments without having fear that you're going to take out the money.
Correct. And but on a side note, to tell everybody, your capital is not 100% guaranteed. Just in case orang tak faham, it's not like fixed deposit where you put in. After a period of time, you're still money there, and then your interest that much. It's not guaranteed. You put in and lose everything also.
Yeah. So returns, like what JJ was saying earlier lah, when you get high potential returns, that investment also comes with high potential losses.
Correct.
So if let's say when you went all in with all your money and the investment start going down, then you'll be crying lah.
Correct. So I don't know.
So please don't ever, just because, okay, that is the newest thing in town, that is the hottest thing in town, that people are talking about it. So then you have this concept of FOMO.
Yeah, don't want to miss out. I mean,
fear of missing out.
But we're not saying if you've got money that you don't mind risking, say $1,000 from your huge savings and investment you got, you wanna try it out. We're not saying don't try. We're just saying don't take out everything and just dump into the new
Right.
thing. That's all we're saying. All right, just in case orang tak faham. Some people get sensitive. All. I want to say this is a side note for everybody who's watching this. The one up there, please go get your consultation and find out how your financial health check on your finances, because with that you'll understand your whole 100% finances, where you're in trouble or you're not in trouble, you're okay or whatever. Then after that is free. After that, you can go in more detail with these people like Rafiq and everyone else at Wealth Vantage to understand how it can help your money grow. Okay? We the reason why we do this every time, we want people's financial literacy tonight. As long as you paham more about finances, the risk of you kena tipu or you losing money or you not being able to save drops, because you understand. And that's why we're doing this every 2 weeks, because we want y'all. If y'all got any questions, you're just watching this like Baru just joined, please put in the comment. If the video habis, put in the comment. Next week we answer. Not next week, week after next. We promise we'll answer.
Yeah.
Because like this week, very senyap. Last week, berapa, I cannot. Because that one before Chinese New Year.
Yeah. I think people, I don't know. I think people were not doing anything.
No, I think it's because, you see, the weird part, no offense to people, is when you put the word savings, it's less attractive than investment. I don't know why. It's technically, savings can be an investment if you put your savings in the right place, like we explained today. Okay, some returns up to 6%, which is crazy. But that's just me.
But the thing is, actually, if you want to talk about getting rich lah,
Yep.
Okay. There's actually two main factors that generally affect whether you get rich or not.
Okay.
So the one that people focus on more is actually the returns.
Yes.
But actually, returns doesn't guarantee that you get rich.
Okay, what guarantees get you rich?
Especially the amount that you can save.
Correct. No, agreed. Because
the amount that you can save.
Yeah. Because Elon Musk was 60 billion richer a few days ago than he is today. Because of his
So actually, what you need, the most fundamental part with regards to, if let's say your goal is to becoming wealthy, is to see how much you can put aside.
Right.
How much you can put aside, and to then continually find ways in order to improve on that. So because I remember when I stopped working. So when I stopped working and I stopped earning a fixed salary. So I've already reduced. I thought I already reduced my expenses to a certain point. But then, as I was working on the gig economy, so I found additional things that I can further reduce. So one example. So I had 2 phone lines.
Right.
I had 2 phone lines. So, and even though the other one was a prepaid, so I was still paying monthly because I had to keep the number active. So then when I was talking to people, then I actually found out there was an option. Can 28 months bayar 10 ringgit? You can keep the number. So that in itself. So before that I was paying 30 ringgit a month.
Right.
And kali 28 bulan. So that was about 840
Correct.
ringgit.
Correct.
So, and I actually saved 830 ringgit for 28 months.
So
it's as simple as that.
Correct. Agreed. So we go back to where we started on this show. Savings is very important. Find ways to save. We do understand sometimes people lemah semangat because you are not you can't save more, but doesn't mean don't. Tu je kita cakap because it's very important to start saving.
Yeah, even if you start save your loose change, that is actually better than not saving at all.
Correct. Agreed. At least you start somewhere lah. You know what I mean? And it saves you in a rainy day. Trust me on this one. I'm speaking out of experience. I'm sure Rafiq is going through it too. Yeah. It's the rainy day is a scary time when you don't have a pelampung. Okay, so that savings is your pelampung in case of a rainy day, and insurance is your pelampung in case you get sick. That's the two difference. Okay, all right. I think we've been talking for 1 hour already. And once again, if anybody got any questions, please get in touch with us. Anyone wants a free financial health check, go check out that tip at the top there. Also, their social media, Wealth Vantage is there. Go ask them questions. Their social media shares a lot of tips as well there. Go watch. There's different shows, different things going on there. And last but not least, after you get your health check and you want to grow your thing, get in touch with them. They will be able to help you out, because whatever we give today or whatever we've been discussing are all tips in general. Not 100% can fit you. What they have to know is more about you. Then they can create something that caters more to your life. Okay.
Yep.
So that's all we're gonna say. Keep the questions coming in. Please put comments underneath. Happy Chap Gourmet. And we'll try our best to answer your questions that you put inside there in 2 weeks' time.
Okay. Right. See you guys in 2 weeks.
See you all. Bye. Thank you very much. Drink. Where's the drink?